In this video we're going to be continuing from where we left off, because in the last video we have this data list that we used to pull out the information from the database by connecting it to the SQL data source 1. So here we are going to be working on the data set to make it a little bit more beautiful. So this is what you want to do. You just select on the data list, select the data list, or you can select from here, to be ensure that you've selected precisely, because if you select the the table data, you're not selecting the data list itself. So just select the data list and go to the source area. As you can see, it's been selected, so you can actually use your hand to modify things here. So for example, you can instead of, you don't want it to be showing the news title in this way, you can say news title, and you can put a break if you don't know HTML. I don't know what you're doing here. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Anyway, you can make this bold. Yeah, you can make this bold. Bold. So I used to do the same thing for news body. Had a line break, and you can make this bold. I'm sorry. Anyway, right, so now let's see what it looks like in the design view. So this is what your news is going to look like. Remember I said I was going to make this TD style 3, the style 3 to be 150 pixels as well. So if I go to my source, I can go all the way to the style sheet, and make style 3 to be 150 pixels, and what else do I want to modify? The data list. Actually, we can change the color. I'll show you how to do that. Let's see how it looks, how it's looking right now. And the reason why I put it on the master page is because any page that we go on our website will be able to see the same news. So you see our news title, welcome to our website, then the news body, then the news title. So this is the first news, the second news, the third news. So if I go to page 2, I should be able to see the same information being displayed. So that's why any website, any page that you go to, you'll be able to see the same news. So that's not really beautiful, is it? So let's do something about it. Let's add some cosmetic surgery. So let's select it. Just like I said, every control, you see I select this and it's not changing here. So that's why you have to make sure, you see, it takes some time to change. So you have to make sure that the control you select is also displaying in the properties window as being selected, so so that you don't modify the wrong control. This is where you can do the style. We can select the alternating item. Do you know what alternating means? Of course you do. So we can change the background color of each alternating item. So let's select a darker color, right, like that. Let's give it a border. Let's give it a border. Border color is black. Okay, and border style, yes, I want to choose solid. Sorry, something went wrong. I want to choose solid. I said to you I'm not feeling well. Border width 1 pixel. And let's align this. Let's align the content of this cell to be centered here. Let's preview it and see how things are shaping up. Right. So as you can see, things are becoming more nicer, isn't it? So this is our news. So you can see the alternating item is having different color. Now we have a border around it, and everything is broken down. So you can go crazy in here. You can go crazy in the source view and modify the the data list to your art content. Because it's a simple HTML, you can, for example, put an underline here. You can put an underline here. So you underline the news title and the news body. Let me show you a cool trick. You can actually highlight this, drag it and drop it to the end. If you don't know about that, you just learned something new. So if you go to the design view, you can see now that they are all on the line. It breaks it even more. So I'm not really a good designer, so you can go crazy and do all sort of things there. But that's just that's a very, very basic way of displaying information from your website as a news, from the database. So right now we've connected our database to our page so we can pull out information. But the only downside that we have right now, currently the only downside that we have, is that if we want to add more news, we have to go to our database area and input the data by hand. For example, I can say news 7. So this is news 7. News 8. This is news 8. You get the idea. There's no front end, like a special page on our website where only admin can log into, add the news and click add to the page, and everything's going to be shown on the page. We don't have such a page yet, but we're going to create it in this video series. So now that we have added those data into the database, now we can view them on the website. You can see the website is taking shape. Now this is the one that we just added, and that one as well. You can also go to the page. You can go to the property of the data list and modify this so that the last item is displayed first. And that is, because this is news, you want the recent news to be displayed first, not displayed last. So that would be the ideal for our current situation, which is the news. So we always want the last item being entered to be displayed first. So I think this one concludes the database. The reason why I said it concludes it is because right now you have a basic database knowledge in your hand, so you can actually use this to display data from the database, and you can modify this with simple HTML. But I'm going to be covering the deeper aspect of, not even the deeper, it's the intermediate aspect of the database, which is using other controls such as let me stop this. You can also stop this like this, using the grid view, the details view, the form view, and the list view, the repeater, and data pages. So we're going to get to those ones in the future. So as now, I'm not going to, and also just like I said before, there's going to be a special area for the administrator to log into. Administrator will be able to log in. Once it logs in, it goes to area where you can just add the news without having to come to these. This is the crude way of doing it. You cannot open Visual Studio to add news. You should be able to have a page on your website so that any computer you log into on the internet, you can actually use that page to submit the news onto the whole general, or for the whole world to see. So we're going to be creating such a page in the future. Thank you.